Welcome back. This is Elizabeth again, and we're going to look at Google Docs as a tool for creating documents, presentations, and looking at the various options you have there. Now again, we're logged into our Google Apps. You can tell by looking at your email at the top, and you have the apps here. And we're going to go to starting with documents. Documents, Google Docs are similar to Word, Microsoft Word, but it's a way to create them in the cloud, not on your computer, and share them. When you're logged in, you can access them from anywhere. This is something new that's coming. This Google Docs will soon upgrade to Drive. I don't want to complicate things by going into detail about that, because Google Docs and Google Drive, they function the same way. There's slight differences. Google Drive is you can add more than just documents to your drive. So over here on the left we have a Create button, and you can create a document right from within here, a presentation, spreadsheet, Google Forms, drawing, collections or folders. So like the previous module, we uploaded files that we had created on our computer using Word and other Excel, that sort of thing. But here we're going to, you don't have to use Word. I don't buy Word anymore. I just use my Google Docs to create any of my documents or presentations. So I'll go to Create. We're going to start with a document. And as it opens as an untitled blank sheet of paper. Just like Word, there's an editor here where you can create headers, title, again, font style. You can change the fonts. There's a list of fonts, but if you click at the bottom, Add Fonts, you can select from a wider assortment of fonts. This is fairly new, which I really like, so I can add that new font, and now it's listed in my list, Philosopher. The first thing you want to do is click on up here. It says Untitled Document. You want to give your document a title by clicking on that, and I'm going to call it Notes from May. And you'll see why. File name should normally be short. And some of the various tools we have here, you simply type in the document just like you would in a Word document. And if you have misspellings, for instance, you'll see it underlines in red. You can right click and it asks you if you meant this word, and then if you're often misspelling a word, you can always correct it that way. I really like this. You can create a dictionary for your words, so I'm going to correct that spelling that way. And again, you can start with numbered lists. Again, change your lists to bulleted lists that way. And similar features to Word. What I like about it too is here we can, if you click on Insert, you have lots of options. That the collaborative piece of commenting, you can add footnotes. One of the things that I really like is table of contents. But if I insert a table of contents, there's nothing there. What I have to do first is in my document, I need to have headers. So let's, for instance, I'm going to make sections of my document. And if you have lengthy reports and documents, this makes sense. So now if I change this header to a heading, and again, they'll all be header ones and header ones. And now if I had like a sub-chapter for chapter 1, and so this I might make a header 2, so it's a subheading, and you'll see why this makes sense later. So now if I click up where I inserted the table of contents and I click this update, it's going to pull up the headers that I had here as the table of contents. So table of contents, and another feature that I really like is a header, and a header lives on each page. So you might want to have until you get it completed. I might put draft, and I might also insert page numbers right here on the bottom. And you might want to also insert a footer. For instance, I'll put my name in the footer, and you can change the font size for the footer as well. So I'm going to make that small. So each page will have that, and again, so that's just the basics of the Word editor. Some other things you might find useful in the Word editor is images. So you can insert an image over here from this little icon, or you could go up here and insert an image here. So if I click on insert an image, you have several options. You could choose an image to upload from your computer. So I go to my pictures and I'll bring in a picture that I have already open. Doesn't resize, but it optimizes it size wise. And you could also go to insert, and you can select from your albums. And we talked about Picasa web albums earlier, so I've uploaded images to my Picasa web albums, and here I can select an album and I could just automatically pull from my web albums. So if I don't have it on that computer I'm working at, but I have it in my web albums, then I can now, one thing that I like to do with images for layout is I'll create a table, for instance, a 4-column table, and I want to move, if I hit Control X and then Control V, it pastes it there, and say I want to move this one as well. I'm going to do Control X and I'm going to hit Control V, and it pastes it in there. Now this is a way to format and align pictures. You could put the title in B number 1 and B number 2, for instance. And now if you want it to look nicer, you could right click on the table and you could go to Table Properties, and you could have no border. So here if I go to 0 and that, so now it lines up. It looks it's easier to manage your images that way in a more orderly way if you use tables. So give that a try, creating a document. Use the WYSIWYG editor features, and then we'll get to more of the collaboration piece in another section where we're going to be commenting on, and we'll use this comment section up here as well.